Hello everyone, and welcome to our community class. I'm so excited that you're all going to be joining me tonight as we talk about essential oils. So I'm going to give it just a second to get started here. It's always crazy. I swear every time I start a live, Facebook changes something, and so I want to make sure that you are all joining me here. I'm not seeing any comments yet, so we're going to give it just a couple of minutes as it pops on live. Hope you're all having a fantastic evening. I'm sure most of us are in that little freeze belt where it's a little bit chilly. I see some people popping on that we are having some kind of record cold, right? Some frost, getting ready for the fall season, kind of even into the winter and the holiday months that we have coming up. And boom, now all the comments are feeding. That's awesome. So I want to just welcome you all to our Essential Oil Community class. My name is Marianne Smith, and I'm the Director of Sales and Communications here with Jordan Essentials. I'm also a NAHA certified aromatherapist, so I've done extensive studying and courses and continuing education to learn about essential oils. And NAHA is the National Association of Holistic Aromatherapists. And so those are the guidelines that we follow here at Jordan Essentials as far as the safety and the usage of essential oils. So when you kind of wonder where we get our guidelines and how we're doing things, that's what we're following. So awesome. I'm seeing some places, North Carolina, 82 in Florida. Ooh, aren't you lucky? It was a little nippy here. Some of you may or may not know I'm originally from Wisconsin. I spent 35 years in the Seattle area, and then I moved back to Wisconsin for 5 years, and brr, was cold. And now I've relocated to the beautiful state of Missouri. I am right here in Ozark, so I am literally 3.1 miles from the home office. And I have to say, I love working with Jordan Essentials, and I love being able to be in the home office and just kind of in the thick of things as we are making the products. We do our manufacturing right here in the heartland of America, and we do it in fresh batches, which is really exciting to see the products produced, poured, really lovingly cared for. They almost name those lotion bars one by one as they make them back there, and then shipped out to you. So we're not sitting in a cargo ship, sitting in a port someplace waiting to be offloaded and delivered. We are right here shipping out direct to you as our Jordies and our customers. So yes, very cold in Louisiana. I think you guys have that. We have some people freezing for Alabama, 43. Yes, it's very cold. It's unusual to get these little cold snaps. So just definitely a different way that we want to kind of look at the world, right? Even the weather's changing on us. Some Arkansas there, Minnesota. You guys are used to the cold. So what I want to talk about tonight is essential oils. And I have notes, and I do that not because I don't know what I'm talking about, but if I don't have my notes, I'll go off track and we'll be here all night long. So I don't want to do that. I want to give you some great tips and some ways that you can use essential oils. So we're not going to be cooking with them, but I am going to give you some great ways that you can be using them throughout the holiday season for yourself, for your family, and just being able to enjoy them. What's interesting is, like, I actually use up all of my oils, and sometimes people are like, they'll never use a whole bottle of essential oils. They use it once or twice, they put it on a shelf. You should be using them. They will enhance your life, your well-being, your family's happiness and wellness so much just by using them in simple ways. And that's what I want to talk to you about tonight, is how you can use them in some simple ways, simple everyday ways to use essential oils, really enjoying them, why they are a gift. We've included them in our holiday, I have to dip here, not enough space, our holiday mailer. We've got some essential oils right here on the back, and I'm going to be talking about these three in particular, but we also have a whole line of essential oils, and you can talk to your Jordy about getting more essential oils and incorporating more into your life. But I do want to kind of focus on those three that we have in our holiday mailer. They are our Resistance Blend, our Hope Blend, and frankincense, because I think that is, like, what is it, the key oil for the holiday season. So I'm going to kind of watch my comments here, and I will circle back. So if I don't see your comment or your question, I will go back through and grab that as well. Now, one thing I did want to share with all of you is I did move down to Missouri, to Ozark here, and there's a huge Bass Pro Shop. and the Wonder, I forget the aquarium name, but it's there as well. Well, this weekend my husband decided he needed to get a couple of shirts. I don't know why, but he did. And so we went to Bass Pro Shop and I bought some fudge. Okay, some fudge, got a little glare there. But you know what? Fudge and chocolate is a huge toxin to pets, right? I have a little dog, and that did not stop me from buying fudge. And I don't want you to not use essential oils because you've read on the internet, you've seen terrible stories online about how essential oils are so toxic to pets. And you hear my dog right there. Yes, wonders of wildlife. And it's true. Chocolate is toxic to your dog. It's very dangerous. But you know what? We still eat it. We're all going to buy some trick-or-treat candy, right? It's all out in the stores. We're still going to do it. What we're not going to do is feed it to our dog. We're not going to put it out where they're going to gobble up a half a pound of fudge. So that we want to use that same common sense when we talk about essential oils. Now this week, our weekly wow is our peppermint essential oil spray. And I'll have to fix my glare, but it's a peppermint essential oil spray. Now this is a wonderful spray to use for yourself. Peppermint is uplifting. It's energizing. It's great for helping with some mild allergies as well because peppermint opens up the airways. It's a fun one to spray the bottom of your feet if you need a little zip in your step, right? But it's also great for the fall season as a deterrent to pests, especially spiders and mice. And so what you can do is you can safely use it around your pet. But again, just like the fudge, I'm not going to feed it to my dog. I'm not going to leave it where he's going to eat it. I'm not going to spray him with peppermint essential oil, and I'm not going to leave it where he's going to drink it or chew on the bottle. I'm going to use it responsibly. And that's the same that you want to use with your essential oils. When you're using responsibly, you're going to be okay. Yes, peppermint is also a great one for nausea. So when the kids do go out, eat a little bit too much trick-or-treat candy, you can spray it right on the soles of their feet. You can add it to another product and do a little rub on the tummy to help soothe it as well. Great for motion sickness, car sickness. Just a little spritz in your car is going to help calm that down as well. But for our spiders and our mice, for spiders, a great place to spray it is at your entryway doors outside where they start to build their little nests and kind of cuddle in there. You can spray those areas. Perfectly safe to do it there. Your pets aren't going to go up there and lick it off the wall. You can also spray the corners around your house if you know that's an area that attracts spiders. Under your sink is one that's definitely a place that maybe mice or spiders or other bugs may come into. So you can spray it in those areas and your pets aren't going to go there anyway. You can also just spray it on your windowsills around your room and those types of things, in the back of closets. And it's going to be a great deterrent that's going to be safe. It's not like some of the other really harmful insecticides that we use that are just really dangerous for the insects, for the pets, for the environment. This is a great kind of non-toxic way that you can prevent that. So your crawl space of your basement, you could do a little spritz in the car for your dog. I don't know how much. Lavender would be a better one because a lot of times it's more the anxiety for the dogs in the car. So you could spritz a little lavender in your car and that would help a little bit with those that get car sick. So you just want to kind of use common sense. You know, again, I've got the fudge, I'm going to eat the candy, and I'm going to use the peppermint essential oil spray, and I have a dog. What you want to make sure is whenever you are using any of the essential oils around your pets, that they always have a way away from them. So if you have them and you spray them in a room, make sure that there's the doors open so your dog or your cat can go out. Of course, if you have a pet that has health challenges, then check with a veterinarian that's familiar with essential oils to know if it's something that may be something more concerning for you. If you have a dog with the severe asthma or something, then you want to be a little bit more cautious. But as long as they can move away from them, you're generally good with that. Let's see, just kind of checking there. Yes, the chocolate analogy is perfect because it is very toxic for dogs. You're going to read a lot of stories about Halloween where dogs, are getting into the kids' candy, and it is deadly and toxin. Another one is antifreeze. I mean, we didn't think I'd have to use that one now, but it is cold. you know, we definitely, just because antifreeze is deadly to animals, we still put it in our car. We're not letting our dog drink it, you know, so we're using things responsibly. So as we talk about the essential oils tonight, remember that we are doing them responsibly. So we're gonna flip the page and we'll be here all night, right? So a couple of quick questions about, or some my FAQs about essential oils. So the larger bottles, and I have here my little 5 ml bottles, these contain about 85 drops. Okay, so that's a long, you know, it's a lot of uses. When you have a larger 15 ml, that's about 260 drops. So when we talk about using essential oils, we're talking drops. So I may make something in the palm of my hand tonight, and I'm using 1 or 2 drops. You can see how long this bottle is really going to last, right? It's going to be very cost efficient, very economical. There's a lot of value in essential oils, and we sometimes forget about that. I use my diffuser a lot. Everyone always asks me for a recommendation. I don't have a good recommendation on a diffuser. Choose one that you like. I like to get ones that have the markings for my water. This one doesn't. It was just, I don't know where I got this one. I don't know. It does, I like it because it does have an auto shut off. It does have the light as well. I just like ones with the auto shut off and markings for my water. I typically use 100 milliliters of water in my diffuser, and then you only need usually about 6 to 8 drops of an essential oil in your diffuser. So all 3 of these can be diffused. We have our Hope, we have our Resistance, and we have our Frankincense. So the benefit of diffusing, I'm going to talk about those oils in just a second here. The benefits of diffusing is that we actually, I don't know, my dog is barking, is we actually get better results from it because it goes right into our lungs and then out into our bloodstream. When we're applying things topically, it has to go through the skin and then into the bloodstream. So I don't know what he's barking. I think he's barking at his own reflection in the refrigerator, of all things. So that's why we like to use a lot of our essential oils aromatically, because we do get the benefits from them much quicker. Yes, my dog's name is Little Dude, and he's just, again, he's barking at his reflection in the refrigerator. We haven't lived here long enough for him to be used to everything, so that's why I have to kind of get him used to it. But that's why we love to use essential oils in our diffuser. It's a great way to enjoy them and to get all of those benefits very quickly. Now the first one I want to talk about, and then I'm going to give you the ways I get to use them, is the Hope. So the Hope is a wonderful blend of lemon, rosemary, and lavender. So sometimes you think those are contradictory essential oils, but they're really not. They work very synergistically together. When you think of lemon, it's the bright, sunshiny oil. It's that uplifting burst of energy. Lavender is a soothing oil. It's not one, we equate it with sleep, but we do that because it's calming and it's settling to us. So we get that energy, but it's a relaxing energy, if you can kind of get your head around that. It's one of those energies, it's not a jittery energy, but it's an uplifting energy, and it stays very balanced. And then rosemary is a rejuvenator, a renewer. It's great for the memory. So again, it's going to enhance what we're doing. It's going to give us that burst, that hope, that looking forward, that feeling of renewal. So that's why I love this one. I use this one a lot in my diffuser. So I really like to use that one. The second one that's really great here as a blend is Resistance. This is our powerhouse of essential oils. So it has those 5 key oils, and I just have to look or I'll forget one. We have the lemon, clove, cinnamon, rosemary, and eucalyptus. So it is, again, we have those key uplifters, the energizers, but we also have the oils that are high in antibacterial, antiviral, anti-inflammatory. So we're going to get the burst of the energy, but with all of the wellness benefits as well. So this is one I love to use in my diffuser, also in my kitchen, because it does have that cinnamon and clove. So it smells very warm and inviting, but it's also great for being wellness and for controlling, you know, the the yuck that we get this time of year, the different things that are floating in the air, those environmental toxins. So yeah, cold and flu season, it's going to give you that boost that you're going to really want to enjoy. But again, different ways you can use that one. Now we have frankincense. That's the king of oils. Frankincense, a lot of times we think of it for calming. We think about it as in the yoga studio and a meditative essential oil. And it is. It's very often used in meditation, in yoga. It's an ancient oil. It comes from a resin. But again, it is one that can be blended with any other oils, and it boosts them and amplifies them. But it's also a key essential oil in inflammation, in controlling that, and in skincare. Believe it or not, it's a wonderful one for skincare, and I use it a lot in my skincare products. I actually boost my own, and you can do that too. So that's one of the ways that we can use them. It has the anti-inflammatory, anti-aging properties, great for your skin, great for your joints, great for your muscles, and all over great body oil, as well as that calming and soothing for the mind. So during this time of year when we're stressed, this is a great one. Add a drop of this to your Hope, and you're going to just boost everything and have even more of that calming energy that we really want to have this time of year. Because when we overdo it, and we're stressed, what's going to happen? Our immune system kind of falters a little bit, and then we're more susceptible to all of that yuck that kind of goes around. So definitely keeping that one, always having it's one that you really want to keep a little one with you when you travel. Always have it when you go. How come it's so expensive? It's very expensive because of the processing of being able to extract it out of the resin. So it's just kind of a labor time intensive one that is there, but it's, I tell you, it's 100% worth it. And again, one drop goes a long way. So this little bottle is going to give you 85 drops, and a bigger one is going to give you 260. So it's going to go a long way. And when you break it out, the drops are really cheap for the benefit that you're going to get. So I definitely always have frankincense on hand. So we're going to show you some of the practical ways you can start using your essential oils. So the first one, we just talked about frankincense, and I have our age defying, I have to figure out this lighting here, but I have the age defying serum. And what I do each day is I just take it and I do my drops right in my hand, okay? And then I just take my frankincense and I palm blend. This is called palm blending. And then I just drip it. And so I'm just going to add like one drip, and I'm going to kind of just mix that in my hand. And then normally I would apply this to my face. You can also, because it's really great for the skin, if you have any of the creping and you want to use that for that, I'm just going to put it and go ahead and put it on the back of my hands there. But that's how I do it every morning, and just use it. I love the smell, and some of you may have heard my story. I used to not like frankincense because to me it had a very negative feeling. It reminded me actually of a basement full of spiders. So once I got over that and I started using it, I don't look back. One of the best oils you will ever have is using that in your skincare system. So very, very good tip there. I'm going to grab a couple of these questions. We have a really great price on our frankincense. Why does it pour out so fast? I'm not sure if you're asking about the droppers. Make sure you have your dropper top sealed. So if there's any gap in there, push it down, and that'll help control your drops a little bit. How long does the unused oil last? That's a great question. So when you have an oil that's sealed in a bottle and it's kept in a cool, dry, nice place, you're going to have a really good shelf life with an essential oil. Once you open it and you start using it, oxidation can happen, and you're going to have some evaporation, and it's not going to last quite as long. It never actually spoils, but it does have, you want to use them, I always say, a couple of years. There's some oils that'll last a lot longer, some that last a little bit less. Citrus oils tend to not last as long. So you want to use them up. And really, if you're using them every day, like I do, they're not going to last that long. You're going to go through them, and you're going to be replenishing them before you really end up with, yes, my secret sauce, before they actually go bad, which they don't. You'll have some oxidation and evaporation, but they never really go bad, other than a citrus. I do replace my citrus oils if I don't use them all the time. yes, you don't want to have them in the sunlight because that can increase your oxidation level of that, and it just kind of makes them a little sticky sometimes. But again, citrus you want to replace. Kind of think the citruses as an orange. You know, it's going to go bad faster than some of the other, a tree oil or a resin oil. Yes, you can keep them in the fridge. I tend not to do too much of that. I like to keep them more at a room temperature. I have a case that I keep them in so they stay in dark, kind of balanced temperatures there and humidity. So yes, my secret sauce. So my secret sauce, I've shared this before, I like to mix, right? So we have Skin Relief. Now if you haven't tried, again that glare, I don't know if you can see it with my glare, but it is our new labeling with our Skin Relief. So Skin Relief contains our key phytonutrient blend of plants. So you have seaweed, I always forget one, seaweed, chamomile, kelp, and aloe. So you've probably heard of all of those used in different products. They're all incredible skincare products, especially aloe. When you have a burn, a cut, any kind of a damage that way, you want to use an aloe. This is great for burns, cuts, wind burns, scrapes, scratches, any of those minor skin issues. Skin Relief is amazing. Now my secret sauce is I use a little bit of the Skin Relief, and then I add some of our unscented magnesium lotion because I love to get the magnesium in there, and then I add frankincense to it. So that is like the secret sauce of skin irritations. My daughter uses it all the time. Great if you've had, this is a good one for Nancy, if you've had a cast on, you know how you have so many, you get itchies and your skin gets dry. Putting this on there, that magic sauce, secret sauce, will just really help with the joints. It's going to help with the healing. It's going to help just really, really boost your wellness in that area. But again, I'm just taking a little bit of the Skin Relief. I'm going to take a little bit of the magnesium lotion because, you know, magnesium is the miracle mineral. Get it to come out. I hope I open this one. Yep, a little bit. So I'm just palm blending this. And then I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to put this all on the back of my arm when we're done here. And then again, my drop, and I'm only putting in a drop, so mine doesn't come out that fast because it's a resin. There's my drop. And I just palm blend it. Just means mixing it in the center of my hand. And then I would apply it to whatever area I need it. I'm just going to rub it on my arms. It's really great for your skin in the summer or in the winter if you ski and you get windburn, if you have a cast on, if you have an irritation. It's going to be great to really soothe your skin. And again, you have all the benefits of frankincense in there. And the Skin Relief is thicker. So it's a cream, more of that luxurious cream. And then your magnesium is a lotion. So you're kind of getting a balance of consistency there. But you can definitely take your Skin Relief, and if you want something thicker, add your drop of essential oil there. Or you can do the same with a magnesium as well. You can boost that with any of the essential oil blends to give you that extra blend. Yes, frankincense is great for acne as well. It'll start doing that. Yes, my secret sauce. What's the difference between, you know, in general, I'm not going to just blanketly compare them to other direct sales companies. Our essential oils are 100% pure essential oils. A lot of them are actually organic, so they don't have the pesticides, the fertilizers. There is no grading system of essential oils, so when you see somebody's oils and they say they're therapeutic grade, there is no therapeutic grade. And if you actually look at their bottles, you'll see a lot of what they call certified, therapeutic, and those types of things. Those are trademarks. And you'll actually see a little TM or a little R at the end of that. So I can't say ours are that because that's their trademark, just like Coca-Cola is a trademark. So we can't say that. But our essential oils are 100% pure essential oils, unadulterated. And again, a lot of them that we actually use are organic. So no fertilizer, no pesticide. We are actually sourcing our oils from places that are people friendly too. So we're looking at the water resource. Are where they're coming from respectful of the water resources? Are they harvested in an eco-friendly way? What about the human resources there? How are the people treated in those areas? So we're looking at all of that and choosing the best oils right there for you. So you don't have to worry about them. A lot of times people say, I think there was something about we don't do internal simply because we follow the NAHA standard. So if you look at the National Association of Holistic Aromatherapists, NAHA.org, you'll see that they do not recommend, and you can actually not be a member if you use ingestion, because it's a very dangerous thing because of the dosing, because of the potency of essential oils can actually be harmful. And if you think about it, when you put something so potent into your body, your organs have to really work hard to break it down and get it back out into your body, and it can do more harm than good. So we do look for the best sourcing, highest quality, and then the most responsible using as well. So kind of did that there. I gave you my secret sauce. Again, the Age Defy in any of your skincare products is really great to use. Okay, so I want to just, let me see if there's a couple other things I want to share. Okay, so now I want to share some other fun ways to use these different blends. So how many of you do laundry, right? So we have these great dryer balls. You can get them other places as well. We had these, I think, in a Joyful Jordan box. So I like to use the Resistance this time of year in my dryer balls. So what you have to do is you can use frankincense, you can use hope, any essential oils that you want. I just take, little wet hands here, my Resistance. When I start my load of laundry in the washer, I add my drops to my dryer ball. Now the Resistance, remember, is going to help us with all of the yuck that's around. So it's going to put that right into my clothes. And when my clothes come out, they're going to smell great. And I've killed off all of that yucky stuff, right? I just put a few drops. Now why I do it before, I don't do this and then toss it in the dryer. I want to let it soak into the ball. And I also want to remember that essential oils, highly concentrated and can be volatile. So I like to set them here, let them soak in, and then I come back. Oops, my screen there. There we go. And then I'll come back and I'll put the dryer ball into my dryer after my clothes come out of the washer. They're going to smell great. This is a great way to really use your Resistance and enjoy that aroma on your, it's not going to be overpowering on your clothes by any means, but just really great to kind of get the yuck out of what's happening with our laundry. It's also a great thing that you can do. You can add a drop or two in the bottom of your shoes. You can add those drops around in maybe a backpack or something to kind of freshen it. Like to do that as well. Checking, yep, the dryer balls. How many drops? I usually just do 2 or 3. These are really big dryer balls, so 2 or 3 drops on each dryer ball, and it's good to go. Yeah, I love using it on the dryer ball. If you want to really freshen it, your sheets, then you can use the Hope, and they'll come out and they'll smell so fresh. It's kind of like that a spring hanging on the line. I like to do that. You can also use lemon if you like lemon. You can use tea tree, whatever ones you like. But I just love using the Resistance for that. You can also use this with, let's see, dry bulb. It won't, because that's why you're going to put it. So Kathy asked a great question. Adding lemon to a dryer ball have a bleaching effect on colored clothes? No, because when you put it here, it's going to soak in, and that's why we do it before we don't just drop them and then throw them in. Yep, you can also put the essential oils on a cotton ball and put it in your closet. You can put it, you can spray Resistance in your backpack. So we do have the Resistance spray, the Spritz Your Pits. Great for odor control when you have Resistance. It's going to really cut down on the odors. It's also going to cut down on some of the bacteria that can grow on the bottom of the kids' backpacks when they come home from Christmas break or Thanksgiving break. Spritz everything, and it's kind of leave it set, and it's going to take away a lot of those yucky smells there. We also have, let me grab here, jewelry that you can use with your essential oils. This is something that's really kind of personal to your space. So this is in an aromatherapy necklace. So it has this little felt pad here in the center, and you just put the drops of essential oil on the little felt pads, put them in your necklace, and then you have that personal diffusing going on all day. I love, again, to do that with the Resistance or with the frankincense if you need to get a little focus. It's a great one to do that. you can actually buy like little discs like this, and these work great. Just set them on a piece of paper in your office, and boom, and you have a personal diffuser right there on your office. You can also, I had some other little, Nancy gave me some little wooden discs, but now I have joyfully misplaced those. I also, you can find little porcelain diffusers, a little kind of goddess here. The little oils go right here, and they're going to diffuse into your personal space, which I really like. If you want to use essential oils in the office and your office mates aren't into it, these are great ways that you can use them. You can also, we got this as a gift one year from Nancy, the essential oil. I have trouble getting the bottle out without dropping it, but so the bottle sits in here, and this was actually my Immune. It kind of goes up through the wooden piece right here, and then it's diffusing through the tree. And I keep this in my office all the time, so I always have the great scent and the benefits of having the essential oil. We also had, I think these were a couple of years ago, these discs. They can fit in your car. They're again a ceramic, so it's going to absorb the essential oil and then just kind of float into the air. And you're going to get all of those great benefits emotionally and kind of that killing the yuck when you're using something like the Resistance. Another way you can use them, how about the scrunchies, right? How many of us have gotten a Joyful Jordan box and we have the scrunchie? So what you can do with the scrunchie is you can hang this on your shower, and you can have something that's a spray. So you can use the Spritz Your Pits, the any of the other sprays, but you can also take it and you can add a couple drops of Resistance on here, hang this in your shower, and it's going to naturally diffuse while you shower. So you're going to get all of those great benefits while you're in the shower. And again, the Hope is a good one to use in there as well. You're going to have the lemon, the rosemary, the lavender. Perfect one to use in there to brighten and to freshen, get you started off on your day just by using something you already have sitting around wondering what you're going to do with it. We also have the loofah. And some of you, Joyful Jordan boxes, I'm telling you, if you haven't signed up for a subscription, talk with your Jordy, get on that subscription, because you get so many great products every month, and you can use them for such a variety of things. So I have an extra loofah. You can do the same thing. You put it over the shower or over the faucet, drop your little oils right on it, and you're going to get those great benefits while you're in the shower. That steam shower is like a sauna spa. So it's kind of a fun way that you can use these extra products. I did see someone mention about lava. I have some lava bead bracelets here. Again, you just drop the oils right onto the little beads. And again, if you have some of our sprays, body sprays, you can do that with them as well. Just going to go ahead, put those on there, and you're going to get the great benefits all day long, and it's personal to you, which is what I really love there. Now, I think somebody mentioned some of the potpourri. So say you don't want to use a diffuser, or you don't have a diffuser, no worries. You can pick up some things right out of nature. So here we have some pine cones. You can use these. Just sprinkle the essential oils on them. I have this cute little candy dish of my mom's, and you just add your things in here, set it on your table, and you're going to enjoy that great aroma while you're sitting around. Maybe you're gathering with some friends or family over the holiday, or just sitting around, you know, talking. I wish I had a book group here. I'm going to meet my neighbors and do that. And you can just sit around, you can enjoy it. It's an incredible aroma. We have some of these fun little cotton things. These are little things. You can pick these up, I think, probably from Hobby Lobby. And just, again, drop the oils right on there. I really like these little, anything that's wooden is going to be great to add essential oils to. We have the little gnome back here, diffuser, right? He's hanging on my wall, and I get to smell the essential oils all day. Just drop on his little wooden disc nose, and then I'm going to be able to refresh that all the time. Oh, my Band-Aid tip. I did not share my Band-Aid tip tonight. I did, let's see, what else was I sharing? So we also have our shea butter. We have it as unscented. So you want to talk to your Jordy. We have page 10 of the catalog that has some great, let me grab it here, unscented products here, along with the essential oils that we have in the bigger 15 ml bottles as well. So you can scent any of those and use them as well. So I love using the unscented shea butter, again, like skin relief. It's thicker. Oh, I didn't open this one. Ben brought it over to me today. Let's get it open real quick. Anyway, you do it the same way, is just put a little bit in your hand, add your drop of essential oil, and you have whatever scent you want. So just take it here, and you can just squirt a little bit out. I would just add my drop of oil to it, do my little palm blend, and then just rub it wherever I needed. So great ways to utilize the oils. And I wanted to show you a couple other things. Let me grab one more thing. So a couple of handy things also. The Dead Sea salt. So if you don't want to buy a big bag, which you should because you'll use it up, you can also scent this. So what I do is I have a handy little measuring thing, and then we also have these cute ones from Jordan Essentials. And what I like to do first is I blend it in here. So I'm going to put my salt in here. I'm going to do frankincense because I'm going to do foot soak later. And I'm going to add like 3 or 4 drops right into my salt. Ooh, came out fast, I guess. And then I'm going to add it to my measuring cup and then just fill this back up to, if you're going to do a bath, you probably do about, I think it's like 2/3 of a cup or 1/4 of a cup. And then you're just going to dump that right into your bath. I don't drop the oils in my bath water because guess what? Oil and water doesn't mix. So if you do that, the oil is just going to sit on the top, and when you touch it, it's just going to sit one spot on your skin, right? When you put it in with your bath salts and you've mixed it, when you put it in, then it's going to go ahead, it's going to diffuse throughout the water, and you're going to get all of those great benefits there. So I think I've covered the things I wanted to. Is going a little faster at the end. I'll kind of look and see. I think I got everything covered that I wanted to. Oh, just some other quick things. You can scent just about anything. We have these little keychains that we had. Just dropping your essential oils right on there is a great way to carry it with you throughout the day. I'm going to check, see if we had any other questions. Yes, resistance in your clothes hamper is a great way to do it. Again, our little crafts that you can do. I like just to make the potpourri things. You can buy unscented potpourri if you don't want to go into nature, and fragrance it with whatever you want and enjoy it. This, again, it's great for at home. It's also really fun to use at your desk at work because then it's kind of giving that personal spray. The Band-Aid tip. I didn't bring a Band-Aid, but you take a Band-Aid just like you normally would, but you fold it backwards. So the little Band-Aid pad is on the outside, and you just put your drop of oil on that Band-Aid pad, and then you can stick it wherever you want. It's a great tip for using with older people, elderly, like my mom. So she can take it off, or she can keep it on, and it's not overpowering because it's just one drop there. And again, it works great for kids too. And you can even stick it like to your computer, and it's just 1 or 2 drops on the outside of a Band-Aid. When you're done with it, you just throw it away. Can you spray allergy on your dog? I don't spray any essential oils on my dog. As much as I love essential oils, I never spray directly onto my pet. I don't even spray the bandana. I know a lot of people do that. They spray a bandana and they tie it to their dog. I always want my pet to be able to move away from the essential oils. Now you can, a little bit of lavender is very soothing and calming for them. That's why I said for the car sickness, a lot of times it's anxiety that's making the dog sick more than it is the motion. So you can use a little bit of lavender and that helps. Yes, again, I wouldn't spray my pet's bedding because my pet's not gonna, if he wants to sleep there, he's not gonna be able to if that's overpowering. Again, a little bit of lavender isn't too bad. My dog used to have a bedtime teddy that was lavender scented that he had it on, but I don't, again, spray them directly. The same as I really don't spray it directly on children. If I'm going to use it on my kids, I spray it on my hands first and just rub a little bit on them. They don't need a lot. A little bit goes a long way, and you can definitely spray on children. You can put some on their feet. You know, you can put a little bit of, make your palm blend and then put that on the kids' feet. It's very soothing for them, and they're going to get those benefits from it that way as well. So hopefully I answered a lot of your questions, and you kind of look around your house and see how you can incorporate essential oils into really boosting your family's health, their well-being, and having a really wonderful holiday season. And again, I'll pop back through and answer any other questions. Spraying on a diaper bag, yeah, that would be fine. You could spray that. Your hamper, your garbage cans, you can put a little drop in the bottom and let it swirl around if you wanted to, like a drop of resistance. A lot of times I put a couple drops on share my secrets, on a paper towel and just wipe the bottom of my purse off. You want to be careful with that color fastness on things when you're doing that, but sometimes you just want to kind of clean things up a little bit. And hope you all have a fantastic evening. Look around and just kind of find the fun ways that you can use essential oils. Have a great evening.